And we're live. Welcome to Booked, the office holiday party. I was incorrect in saying it on the last episode. This is our third office holiday party. I did verify that, not that I don't believe Rob when he says things to me. We have confirmation that we're live. My phone just notified me, so we'll keep that. Oh, and then you can hear me talking through there. So
it's one of those.
Thank you for joining us. If you're already on, we're going to get a little warmed up, kind of talk about what we're doing, give people a chance to get on. We are joined by Misty and Jesse. I know I'm gesturing because you guys probably aren't in the same place on everybody else's screen as you are on mine. As always, our permanent holiday staff. Good to have you guys back. It feels like we just did this, like recently.
Yeah.
Well,
A little bit.
So we're going to have some fun for an hour or two or three or whatever. We're going to talk some holiday stuff. We've got 2 TV shows to review. Did everybody get to watch both of the things that we're reviewing? Is that okay? Good. I fell asleep last night trying to watch one of them. So at 6:30 this morning, like before work, I was like,
can I guess which one it was?
No, because I got the tough one out of the way first. That's what I'm gonna say.
Fair enough.
I'm just giving you guys a warning. You're going to destroy my childhood with all the negative shit you're about to say about these things.
Your childhood is not going to be destroyed. It still is your childhood.
Yeah, exactly. We can't time travel and destroy your childhood, because if we would, we could.
Yeah.
If you could, you would. Is that what you meant to say?
Probably. Checking our feed, make sure we're still going. So, you guys may notice that everybody is rocking one of these fine shirts. Now, as you guys are looking, thinking, those are awfully nice shirts that they got. Those guys are great. They came up with that idea. This was not our idea. So I'm going to pass it off to Rob for a second, and Rob can explain a little bit more about where these shirts came from.
Yeah, so I'm not going to beat around the bush. My mom made these shirts, and so...
no shit. Yeah. Cindy made these?
Yeah, my mom made these shirts.
That's fucking awesome, man.
She and I'm pretty sure that most people know that she's like the never-ending like super fan. Her and Livius's mom are like the top tier fans of the podcast.
Lauren.
And yeah,
I mean, both of our moms have said this is the best podcast on the internet.
Yeah.
Several times. Yeah.
Yeah. And so she really, I made this logo one year on a lark, just like I needed to make something holiday specific for an episode. So it was like 2 minutes of finding like, vector graphic, whatever things online and putting it on top of our logo. She thought it was just the most adorable thing ever, and she fell in love with it. And so she went and I guess the one part of it is that someone that she works with makes shirts. And so she has like a really quick inside person to make shirts, so she asked me for a logo and just brought to Thanksgiving like this giant box full of shirts, and so here we are wearing these shirts, and so thanks, Mom.
So sweet. Thank you.
Thanks, Mom.
We take a moment and acknowledge that Joshua Allen Deach, good longtime friend of the podcast, is watching. Hey, Josh.
Oh, Josh. Love that guy.
We do love that guy. But he doesn't have one of these. He's nowhere near as cool as this crew is. So, so we're going to talk about some Christmas stuff. We actually have, this is like one of those interlude episodes. Like, we've got a little bit of stuff, and we're really hoping to wing the rest of it. So, but we do also have holiday gift exchanges happening. So, in a shambles similar to last year, not everybody received their gifts on time, so there will be some photos of gifts that are happening. So in some cases, in one case, so the gift I ordered for Jesse was really, really cool, and I had options, but I decided to go with what I thought was the coolest, and that will not be arriving until sometime this week. Rob had some weird shipping issues where something was being produced in Germany, I believe. Is that correct? Is that what happened, Rob?
Yeah, I'll tell the whole story when we get to...
Okay.
Yeah, but yes.
But our co-hosts, they managed to get everybody their gifts on time. So I don't know what's... let's also welcome...
Like, you're more nervous about it if it's not your thing. Like, if it's your thing, you get that level of comfort. And you're just like, fuck it, whatever.
Whatever, they'll get gifts eventually.
Or we're just better people.
Or that's also a possibility.
Missy's
So
flexing on us. It's been like
I mean, honestly, in
minutes.
Jesse's, as far as Jesse goes, I know that's the case.
Jesse's definitely-
Misty, I'm not. Yeah, that's up in the air still. So
No, I mean, I just send that shit like 2 months in advance.
Jerry's
Oh,
out.
love.
I
Oh,
gotta
the
tell
love.
you, it was late August, and I was like, I haven't gotten a Christmas gift from Jesse. What the fuck's going on? So,
Like,
Hey, I
are
wanna
you
say-
are you okay?
yeah. I will tell you guys that although I'm not super impressed with the gifts that I'm giving this year, I have next year's gift done. Like, not done. Like, obviously I have to order it and stuff, but I already know exactly what it is. And we're going to be, that's it. So I'm 370 days early, I think. We had a couple more people join. Alyssa joined, who is a frequent viewer of these episodes.
Yes.
And then a guy named Norm. Do we know anybody named Norm, Rob?
That's my brother.
Ron knows
right.
a guy named Norm.
Yeah, I kind of figured by the last day. I actually know that's your brother. So welcome, Norm and Alyssa.
Bro. Hey, bro. And Andrew Capone, who is a guy I work with, who I never expected to watch me live stream this. So here we go. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew. Thanks for joining us. What do you guys want to do first? Do you want to start off with a gift exchange right off the bat? Do you guys
Fuck
want to talk
yes.
about what you're drinking?
Let's do a gift exchange.
All right, so let's do that first. Now, Rob requested that he go first
Yes.
because of the snafu. So I'm going to reach behind me.
yeah.
I'm going. Same thing for all of us. Was that? I mean, basically, is this something like?
Before you start tearing open the gift, I want to say that like in years past, there's been a theme where Misty will get the same kind of thing for me and Jesse, and then something totally different for Livius. Or I'll get the same kind of thing for Misty and Jesse, and then a different thing for Livius. And Livius has mentioned this, and so I decided this year everybody's getting the same kind of gift, but obviously each one is specific to them. So Livius is going to open his first. Then
Can I
we'll know
say
what
that-
kind of thing to expect, and then I will show what Jesse and Misty's gifts are.
My therapist said that I should address it several times, which I tried, and lo and behold, he was right. And now I don't have to go to therapy anymore because I feel like I'm more included in the thing. So I would like to say it's wrapped in very nice red paper. It also says Merry Booktimus on it, and it has some book podcast stickers, which is a great use for these stickers, by the way, Rob. So
Yeah.
I think Rob got me a cardboard.
$2 into 4, man. That's all I'm saying.
$2 into 4. Yeah, I got Livius one of those cardboard boxes I've been hearing so much about.
I am telling you, this would be great if I ever had to ship a gift to somebody.
Oh, hey, my mom's on. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Cindy.
And my niece, Olivia. So, hi, Livy.
Hi, Livy. So, Cindy, we just wanted you to know we are super excited and thankful for these shirts. So we told everybody where they came from. You may have missed that, but these shirts are
The best.
The
The
best.
best.
The best. What have we here?
Is Florence going to grace us with her presence tonight, too?
I have no idea. It's possible.
I think
possible, I don't
mine
know.
is the more social mom for live streams, at least.
It's true.
You're going to have to read it to the...
I know exactly what this is, and this is awesome. I thought I
Oh
was
my
on
god,
an
that
episode-
is brilliant.
I thought I was on an episode of Black Mirror where there was someone else here that was me, but I knew that they weren't me because I'm me, and that they have to be someone else, but I didn't know if anybody else knew that that person wasn't me because I'm me. That is a quote attributed to the famous Livius from book number 387. One Rainy Night by Richard Lehman. This is amazing, Rob. Thank you very, very much. This is awesome.
God, that's beautiful.
I think we have a winner this year. That's
No,
all I'm going to
I
say.
don't know.
I think this is
No,
going to be.
I mean,
Oh.
I know I got everyone, so I'm just going to declare Rod the winner.
Oh, wow. All
There
right.
you go. So,
It definitely beats mine.
All right,
Well done.
So you
I'll
guys
leave it about
both...
there.
Yeah, that'll look good right there, buddy.
Love it.
This is awesome, Rob. Thank you so much.
So you guys both know now that you got photos on Canvas. And I'm going to show Jesse's first. This is what Jesse got.
Oh, wait, you didn't give us quotes that we said on episodes?
Oh,
Oh, more tea, Crystal.
So that's my gift to Jesse. That's from the Professor Brothers. Very good. Now, Misty, before we get into yours, let's just take a trip onto your wall over there. And what's going on the wall? Is there anything that's still consistently missing from that wall?
Did you send her a picture
Are
of
you
me?
gonna send me a photo of Jesse to put on this wall?
Well, no, I mean, like, you have photos of you with other people, right?
Oh yes, for sure.
So obviously, I wanted Jesse to be able to participate in that. So
Get the fuck out. Oh my god, and out of all the pictures you could choose.
You hadn't put on
that
canvas
photo.
I don't know how I feel about
the most
this.
depressing moments of our lives.
There it is. For anybody who hasn't seen it yet, there's Misty in the photo.
You
Looking
just
glamorous.
like immortalize us not at our finest.
There's Jesse.
Hold on, and you know what, Jesse? There's another one that's equally as bad.
Oh,
Is
that
it
was the
from
runner-up.
California?
I knew it. Can you show the runner-up?
You guys
I
talk
know
about it for a second, and I'll while I bring it up.
I don't know if Rob should spoil next year's gift by telling you guys what. Doesn't seem like a great idea.
Jesse and I.
What's it gonna be next year? We wake up with fucking tattoos of that shit.
Ugh.
Where was that taken?
Chicago.
Yeah.
Is that the year that we met you
At Egg
guys?
Harbor. It was at Egg Harbor.
No, this
Oh.
was my
They were leaving.
birthday trip, 2015, 3
Why
years
did you
ago.
look so unhappy?
Because we were leaving. We were going to
Oh,
the
is that-
airport
oh, I
right
gotcha, okay.
after that breakfast. So it was the end of the bestie vacation.
Yeah.
And it was so depressing.
Yeah, just so you know, Livius, that's my flying T-shirt right there. In that picture.
Nice.
Def
I like
Leppard.
it. I like it.
Yeah,
All right. Who's friends?
I'm not superstitious at all.
Who?
Who's friends with who?
We got a new message from Bryant Marabi. Does that
I'll
sound
claim
right?
Bryant.
Okay.
Hey, Bryant.
It says happy holidays. So happy holidays,
Happy
Bryant.
holidays to you, buddy.
That's very nice. I'm still looking for that. You guys can't get away without seeing this photo. So.
We're all gonna wait
I
patiently
already know
to look
what
through
photo
his
you're gonna fucking pull.
Apple photo stream for this photo. So
Maybe I'll skip it, but anyway, maybe I'll casually. So anyway, my idea this year was I wanted you guys all to have beautiful art to put on your wall. It was all inspired by the fact that I knew I was giving Misty a picture of her and Jesse, and then everybody else had to cooperate. That's the one. That's it.
wait, who else is in that picture? Misty, would you slide your phone over a little bit?
Which way?
Perfect. There we go.
That was gonna be it. And
Happy to be in the running.
That was Venice, right?
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
That's what I thought.
So all right, that is part one of the gift exchange. I love you guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Rob.
Merry Christmas.
Right back at you.
So Jesse, you're holding up a bottle. What is that you're drinking there?
It's the friendly beer,
Oh, okay.
right from the great state of Minnesota.
And what makes it so friendly?
Isn't all beer friendly? I honestly have no fucking clue why it's the friendly beer, but it is the friendly beer, and it's delicious.
Misty, I saw you shaking
kind of
ice in a
magic.
glass. We heard it. Yeah, there
Just
you go.
vodka. I mean, not just vodka, but
Pretty serious,
going
just
hard.
vodka.
I mean, after you open the bottle, it goes bad, right?
you have to finish it.
You have to finish the
It
bottle.
goes bad.
Yeah.
No, it has a BAI, those drinks. Bai. I don't know if that's how you say
Yeah?
it. No, it can't be Bia. No. It's some flavor. It's like grapefruit, maybe. So with vodka.
Exciting.
Pamplemousse.
Rob, what did you spill all over your computer setup a few minutes ago?
Yeah, so quick aside, right before we got on to get ready for this live stream, I was set up, I was ready to go. Livius calls me on Skype, and I reach, and I knock over a beer all over everything. So I had to be like, hey, I'm going to call you back in a few minutes because my life is soaked in beer now. And so that was a Wild Onion chocolate Apollo, which is a chocolate-flavored barrel-aged stout, and that got spilled all over the place. So it's basically soaked up in paper towels now. So
Misty's face is the meme that I want for when you talk about beer. Like, just that look.
Very complex.
You're gonna ring those out,
Combination of
right,
flavor.
Rob?
yeah, I know. I'm just gonna like if it was
Also,
Maybe ring it out into a coffee filter and let it strain.
didn't you spill spill beer on your computer at Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a holiday thing. So,
Yeah.
Every
so
couple
what are you
months.
drinking? You spilled
Office
that
parties.
out. What is
Shit happens.
So this is the coffee Apollo. So I was drinking. I spilled chocolate Apollo all over the place. Obviously, I switched to the coffee Apollo for now. It's delicious. Livius, yeah.
It's a Holly Hill Farm eggnog.
You're not drinking chocolate wine?
Okay, hold
I'm
on.
pretty sure this is made by the people that make the chocolate wine.
Oh, I was going to say that, or
I'll
it's
allow
made
it.
by Boone's Farm, because that's what it
Yeah.
looks
Because
like.
this is a blend of white wine, egg yolk, and festive spices.
How's
I
it
have
go
not
down?
tried it yet, so
Oh.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Thank God it's not depressing spices. I mean, seriously. You could have an ugly holiday there. Report?
I mean, it's wine.
It's not good. I don't know what festive spices go into this, but
So do you?
I
need a
mean,
minute
I'm sure it'll taste. I'm sure it'll taste better when I get down towards the bottom. Also, I want everyone to witness the ingenuity, because how do I keep this cold through a 2-hour episode of Booked? I have my lunch bag, which looks like a little backpack, in case you haven't seen it, and it doesn't quite fit, so I have to just zip it around the top. So this is preserving
Yeah, I've been there.
the.
I was wondering if maybe you borrowed that from one of the grandkids.
No, this is mine. This is legit what I take on those rare occasions I take lunch to work. It goes in this little backpack with me.
100% class.
It needs a patch that says Liv's Lunches on it.
I was thinking more
Shit,
like
I'm gonna write that down. You just made Christmas 2019.
Oh, man, we're all going to be like a year ahead on next year's gift exchange.
I was going to say, I already know what I'm doing next year.
Yeah. Listen, guys, compliments of Linda. I already have the there's an activity, but again, next year. So I actually set a reminder to remind me November 15th of next year to tell you guys what the activity is. That we're
I
gonna
love that you're planning ahead for next
Prior
Christmas.
to,
Like,
yeah.
this is
Actually,
amazing.
that's so cool.
So
I
yeah.
have a clarifying question on that. You knew in advance of this episode about this activity, but not well enough in advance to make it a part of this year?
Like
Okay.
3 hours ago,
Okay, all right.
which could have been like a weird last minute in case everybody
Does
had
it involve
nothing to do.
dancing? Are we going to do a dance number?
Well, now it is. It wasn't before, but now it's going to.
Who is this man who is on this call?
C'est moi.
Jesse.
Yeah. Jesse is very festive this evening, so I'm glad to see that.
Keep it coming.
Here we go. I'm gonna little show a heart reaction. Look, can I throw a little heart on there? I don't know if I can.
That's-
Oh, Misty's using a previous version of Skype. Misty, how do you not have an updated enough version of Skype that you can
She
see my
doesn't
little?
update anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good lord. She's like,
I think
hold
your
on,
phone's still trying to process that last update.
hold on. Windows Vista is
Don't
trying
bring
to
up the
update iTunes. So.
How dare you?
So there we have it. You guys ready to get into one of these fine TV shows that we watched for this episode?
Let's talk about this fine puppetry.
So I want to say that on the previous holiday office party, Livius, I think, was the one that said, well, let's watch some Charlie. I know we're watching Charlie Brown next year, I think is what he said. Or was it you, Misty? You get all sad and pointed to yourself.
Oh, no, that was my heart, because Charlie Brown. Christmas.
So that was
It was a preview.
So that was a year in the making. At the last minute, I was like, well, what about this? And I added something to it. Should I say what it is, or should we reveal it dramatically later in the episode? Or are we leading with that one?
No, let's. I don't care, man. Whatever you want to do.
Let's do what you were planning to do.
So let's start with the Charlie Brown Christmas. And here is the this isn't even a synopsis. The Charlie Brown Christmas is a 1965 animated television special based on the comic strip Peanuts by Charles M. Schulz, produced by Lee Mendelson and directed by Bill Melendez. The program made its debut on CBS on December 9th, 1965. Holy shit. I would not have guessed that was that
That
old.
was like 2 days after you were born, Livius.
Correct. Yeah. I remember because I was trying to get out of graduate high school early, and it was going to be the graduation ceremony was going to actually be on December 9th, and I was going to miss this, so I stuck it out for another 6 months. So
suspicious. It's suspicious.
Yeah, so we all watched that. I'm going to let Rob kick off. I guess, I don't know, like book review style, I guess. Want to take us into this this story?
I can never remember how we do these, so like I'm just going to kind of go off with some of the impressions that I got, which it has probably been 15 years at least since I watched the Charlie Brown Christmas special, and I was just not in a mental state to accept what was going on, I don't think, because, like, I mean, you guys can, disagree with me if you want, but it starts out very depressing, right? Like, it's basically Charlie Brown being like, I don't know why everybody's happy at Christmas. I'm like, he uses the word depressed in a fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, he starts out, he's depressed, doesn't know why everybody's happy. He's questioning why he isn't happy. Like, not only is he depressed at the holidays, but he's like, what's wrong with me as a person that I can't do the Christmas thing the way everybody
You know why it's so depressing? Because it doesn't have magicians or gay dentists in it.
That's, I mean, you've got a strong point.
That is true.
Or gay prospectors who like to have sex with
yes,
snowmen.
Or
Would one of you guys just mind elaborating on that just enough for the rest of us to...
It's no Frosty or Rudolph.
All right.
It is the saddest.
Yeah.
It's the Wonderful Life of animated holiday TV.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with you.
no, I.
Oh no, the factions are forming already.
Well,
It's going to be a beach party all over again.
classic division. It's classic division. So
So, yeah.
Oh no.
continue on. I think I know where this review is going.
Yeah, I watched something.
I'm having like a Hollywood Squares nightmare right now.
I watched something even more depressing that was Christmas related over the last 2 days, and we'll talk about that later in the podcast.
Fuck yeah, you will.
Yeah, so it was, and I've known this for a while, and I feel like at some point we talked about this on the podcast, but I always thought there was something a little wrong. I love Peanuts. I absolutely love Peanuts, but I always thought there was something a little bit off about it as a cartoon, and that is the recurring situation that Charlie Brown is fucking depressed. Kids are mean to that fucking kid. Like, it's rough, man. You've got him, he's like, all right, he's unhappy about the commercialism of Christmas, really, I think is the message that we're supposed to get. That's what he's super unhappy about. So he's trying to find the meaning of Christmas, and he keeps running into commercialism everywhere. But there are kids, those mean girls at his school, literally are like, Charlie Brown, you can't do anything right. This is why nobody likes you. I mean, it's overt. And for the 60s, that seems a little strong. Like, if you did it now, you would literally have to make Mean Girls 2 or 3 or 6 or whatever number they're on to get away with that kind of stuff, because that wouldn't play well in anything you watch. So it almost needs that protection of being a classic to have people be openly hostile to Charlie Brown, who's, what is he in those, right? Where are they, like 4th grade? So he's like 10, maybe? I don't know if we ever had like an age, but we have to assume he's 10 years old, right? 11 maybe 9. For kids to be that just kind of hostile to him is unusual, or at least I felt it was unusual for cartoons at that time, and it really shines through now as an adult.
I'm sharing our live stream on Facebook, so someone else talk.
Well, I will say, so even Disney movies that are made now, they have enough that kids are interested, but they still drop the humor for the adults. And I think what I noticed, not just that Charlie Brown was depressed, but there were enough silly things happening that a child would not get caught up in the fact that they were talking about Charlie Brown's being bullied and depressed. But that maybe that's just me being naive about it.
I mean, I don't know. Jesse?
I don't know. It's, in a sense, it's groundbreaking because, seriously, back then, no one really seemed to give a shit about feelings, especially in children and mental health. So it's got that going on for sure.
Rob, where are you at on Charlie Brown's depression and how it's depicted?
Dude, I thought it was great. Like, I don't think you see enough animated depression. So I was excited about that.
And I got my Christmas gift for you.
No, seriously though, like it was a little bit surprising at first, but like, I'm trying to just think about how it kind of played out. Charlie Brown is such a weird. The first thing that kind of occurred to me about his depression being so like front and center was like, why is he the protagonist? And that was like kind of the thing for me is like, he's the guy who this is all about, and he's the one that nobody likes. He literally screws everything up. Everybody knows he screws it up. He knows he screws it up. He doesn't do anything right. He picked that weird little stick of a tree. Did you see all the other trees in that lot?
Well, those are. Oh, I'll talk after this.
Anyway.
Keep going.
He does everything wrong. Like it's weird that he was chosen.
That's the good thing, though, man. He picked that tree because no one else would pick that tree. That is
the Charlie Brown
beautiful.
I get it. It's a metaphor or something like that. But the depression thing, I just thought it was like very, and maybe it's just because it's a cartoon, or maybe the audience that they were looking for. Maybe people weren't sophisticated in 1965 and they could understand like subtext, but it was very on the nose. And
So
we need to let Misty talk because I wasn't sure if she was saluting the Fuhrer or if she really had something important to say. So I'm going to assume she had something she wanted to share.
I didn't want to leave the Christmas tree thing untalked about. I guess I did a little too much because I researched Charlie Brown Christmas also.
You did too much.
So
I love it.
the Christmas tree thing is actually a blatant commentary on aluminum Christmas trees that were popular in the 60s. And so all the Christmas trees in there were actually aluminum Christmas trees, and he picked the only thing that was real. Because
Nice.
Christmas at that time, and I think, so if you think about 1965 when this came out, you're coming out of the 50s, which was this time period of stark normality of what's expected of men and women and families, and this is how we behave, and you should be happy with everything that you have. And maybe Charlie Brown in 1965 is trying to bring normalcy to the fact that it's okay if you aren't filled with joy at Christmas time just because it's Christmas time. That it has to be something deeper, more meaningful than these fake commercial Christmas trees and singing these stupid songs. And yeah, so I think 1965, it was that time of let's actually bring to light how complex we are as humans and bring some real love into accepting all the differences.
It is like the hippiest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Charles Schultz is just like, fuck aluminum trees, fuck those fucking keychain parties. Let's like get to the heart of the matter.
Yeah.
The that episode is actually credited with the demise of aluminum Christmas trees. By 2 years later, nobody was buying aluminum Christmas trees.
That means some aluminum Christmas tree salesperson out there was like, fucking Charles Schultz ruined me, and now I'm going to go like knock over a liquor store and get shot by the police because I can't deal with my life.
Oh my gosh, that got dark real fast.
That's true, man. Dude's got a lot to answer for.
Yeah,
I don't think we're quite done talking about this, but can we take a moment and say hello to Chelsea?
Chelsea, what's up?
What up, Chels?
Chels, we miss you.
Good to have you with us. If you just tuned in, we're talking about a Charlie Brown Christmas and how utterly depressing it is. There was some.
I just showed my kid that the other day.
Yeah, there was some adult humor in there. Like Lucy said that what she really wants for Christmas, and everyone just keeps getting her gifts and stuff. She really wants real estate.
Yes.
Which I guess when you're
Lucy
like 8
is
years
smart.
old doesn't. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then that weird list of phobias. Like she just went into like the DSM-4 of phobias.
Well, it's probably like the DSM-2 back then.
Yeah, yeah,
Aww.
like a long list of things that people can be afraid of. So I mean, I think there's some value there. A lot of it, though, I mean, I don't know that you should watch Peanuts critically. Like, I don't think that's the right thing to do. But the problem is, if you say I'm doing something for the podcast, like a complete switch goes off where I'm like looking at things really carefully. It was a rather disjointed episode. Like, I felt like there were like these little side stories that didn't like really come to fruition, and people were saying things that had nothing to do with the rest of it. So I don't know, but I will say from Christmas songs, Linus and Lucy is my all-time favorite Christmas song. It's what people commonly refer to as the Peanuts theme. Definitely my favorite thing as far as Christmas goes is that song. Never fails to bring joy. I'm going to play a clip of it for you in case you...
That is the only song I ever learned how to play on piano.
It's probably the only one you need to know how to play on piano.
It gets the ladies going. I want to acknowledge...
In case anybody didn't know what that was.
Hey, I want to say hi to Kim Miller, joined and is watching. Kim is...
Hello, Kim.
Ryan, the marketing intern, has also just joined us as well. So hello to Ryan.
Is that the guy we fired as the marketing intern?
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure it's the same one.
We took him off the stickers, too. We burned all those stickers. So
we go through a lot of marketing interns on this podcast.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, Ryan. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Also, I thought I was going to say something about... So there was also this weird overt attack on commercialism in general in the Charlie Brown Christmas. Did you guys... Because they were like... Did you catch that? I mean, it was just like they literally said like commercialism is bad or something like that. Or
yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's like, and like I don't disagree with that, but it's the timing of it is really weird. I feel like if it would have come out earlier, that it would have been a direct comment on the entertainment industry because of the blacklisting. But it came in kind of like a time when nothing was going on. You know, like was he just holding on to this stuff forever? And like, I mean, when did Peanuts start as a comic strip, and when did the animated show come out? That's kind of what I'm curious about.
I mean, I guess we could check that out.
I'm not going to check that out, but I will say,
I'm not.
It seemed like between the depression in the holidays and the attack on, well, apparently aluminum Christmas trees, which I wasn't aware of, and the overt like shaming of consumerism, that like it was almost like an airing of personal grievances is kind of how I took it, as opposed to like a... And then, what kind of fucking therapist... This is what I was trying to think of earlier. That what therapist is like, oh, you're afraid of everything in the world? You should direct a play. That's the kind of shit that happens when they don't have a director for a play.
That's exactly who should direct a play, though.
Hold on, though. I'm going to take a little bit of a different view, because what she was trying to get him to do was get involved with something to distract himself from that overly inverted
suicide.
And when you become obsessed with your own anxieties and neuroses, you actually make them worse. And the best, or one of, sorry, I shouldn't say because I'm not a therapist, but something that they tell you is...
See if I can put a little "the doctor is in" under Misty's square on the screen.
Something that they do recommend that is healthy is to, distract yourself and get involved in something and actually help people. If you're doing something that helps people, it often like fulfills you in some way and gets you to look outwards instead of focusing all that energy.
And I would go with you on that if like the first thing that happened in the play wasn't everybody saying, "You're the fucking worst, Charlie Brown. You can't do anything right." It's literally like he got there and everybody was like, "Well, this is gonna suck. Nobody likes you." And then, I mean, like, and then he does something and they're like, "You're the worst. Nobody likes you."
Maybe it's a comment on how like the arts are just full of people with mental health issues, and that no one really gave a shit about that. You know, I mean, Charles Schultz was a cartoonist, and here he's creating a cartoon that it's got a play in it, directed by someone who has all these fucking fears and phobias, and it's got to be a comment on just the stigma of mental illness in the country, and like how artists are like, they have got all these fucking issues, and that no one like gives a shit about that stuff.
I like that.
I just want to say before we go into any kind of wrap up or a rating for this, this also fully gets 1.5 extra stars, because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but this is exactly where I learned how to dance, was Peanuts. So essentially, this is my if and when I have to dance. It's exactly like this kid who is in the front, like right hand side of all of those.
See, I always thought of that kid as the punk rocker, though, and, you know, I mean...
That's the invention of shoegaze right there. That's what that is.
So, I think we're going to let one of our guests go first.
At the alley, right?
He does. He did.
Jesse,
He did shop at the alley. It is no more, unfortunately.
Pop-up shops. The alley now has pop-up shops for Christmas. They've been closed for 6 weeks, and they have pop-up shops. Yep. So, Jesse, you want to go ahead and give maybe a wrap-up and a rating for this fine cinematic feature we watched?
I mean, it's like, what, 53 fucking years old, and it's still around, and it doesn't look terrible. I mean, and old animation still looks good. It's
clearly he's talking about me.
Yeah. So it's been around for 53 years, and it's still kicking, and it's still all right, and has something to say or contribute. So that's really super fucking important, and I'm going to give it 4 stars for that. Yeah.
Misty.
It has more importance than entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Misty, give it a go.
I think I've said a lot already about the meaning that can be found in it. And just like Jesse said, 50 however many years later, that's pretty incredible for a cartoon. For nostalgia, it gets 3 already. It still touched my heart. I didn't ever have to pause it and look at how long I still had to watch, which I can't always say for assignments from you two gentlemen. And I also love the animation. It's not complicated. There's something very precious about how simple the animation is and how simple the dialogue is. And I still love it. So it's 5 for me.
Oh, Olivia, so I can go next. You can wrap this up if you want. I grew up in a Peanuts household. Like, I loved all the Charlie Brown, like, holiday specials and stuff like that, and I really do enjoy the Charlie Brown stuff in general. And I think that, like, my analysis in this situation is just, like, in retrospect, seeing how much shit I didn't really think about when I was originally watching these animated specials and stuff. And so, like, and maybe it just speaks to me differently now than it did when I was, like, 12 or whatever and watching this, but I think that, like, the thing that I walked away from watching this time, which I'm very happy about, is like, it felt to me like an animator just sat down and said, let's make everybody a garbage person, but then at the very end we'll make it so that they can be happy anyway. And I was like, that really speaks to me, so I'm going to give this 5 stars.
I'm a little surprised at that. I
mean, garbage people are people too.
Garbage people are people. That is true.
What an interesting wrap-up.
Welcome, Linda. Linda just joined to watch, and so did a coworker of mine named Adam.
What's up, Linda?
Hi, Linda.
Yeah.
Hi, Linda.
Sorry, Adam, I don't know you.
Yeah, hi, Adam. That's okay. We'll still welcome you, but
thanks
don't
for
worry
tuning
about
in.
Misty. She's a little bit of a snob, so.
She really is.
I also grew up watching Peanuts, and I was thinking about it as I watched really analytically. I was like, this isn't good. This is kind of sad. But this wasn't designed for somebody to watch that's our age. I'll collectively say our age, whatever that is, right? Because in the 60s, I don't think it was okay to be a 46-year-old man watching Peanuts unless you had a bunch of kids running around, that were watching it. So I don't think it was made for us. I don't know how to see this through the lens of a 10-year-old, but I do remember there being something off about Peanuts just forever. But for younger viewers who may or may not understand this, I'm the oldest of the group. I'm sure everyone understands that. There weren't a lot of options, man. This is what you were excited about every holiday season. It's the only cartoon that would run like 4 or 5 episodes a year in the early to mid 70s. So you could look forward to, Frosty and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That came in December. But Charlie Brown was there for you, man, like 4 or 5 times a year. So I think that I'm going to put away all criticism aside, like whatever I thought of it. Like, it's super important. I think it was super important to generations of kids. So, I mean, just based on that, I'm going to give it 5 stars. Do you guys know that the year that it launched, half of households watched it?
Yeah.
Half of households. Yeah. That can never be. Nothing will ever cause that to happen again. Not the Super Bowl, not election night, not whatever.
How many channels were there?
Well,
When it
there were
launched.
probably
Yeah, it's a different
3,
proposition
I
now.
guess. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
but that's so amazing. Like the reach. If you imagine that kind of reach that a single person could
That's
have
like-
in a program.
That's like Gangnam Style YouTube watching.
Yeah,
it's like
pretty
that's what
much.
it is.
Exactly.
I'm not
Charlie
even-
Brown, the original Gangnam Style.
By the way,
Why,
Travis,
Rob?
the first time it ran, it
It's
preempted.
accurate.
It
is
preempted the Munsters. So there are some Munsters fans that were like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
What is this depressing cartoon
Yeah.
bullshit? I'm
Yeah,
trying to watch.
exactly.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
watch this family of monsters live their weird workaday lives.
Correct. So, at any rate, I think so. That was a 4 and 3 5s, right? So, I mean, that pretty much rounds up to roughly 5 stars. I think so.
Nice.
Misty, did you do a 5?
I did.
She did.
I don't remember. It's so long ago.
All right, everybody, take a drink.
I'm a little.
On that note, I need to
Yeah.
refresh.
All right. take a
You
pause.
guys go. He and I are better prepared. We'll chit chat while you guys are gone.
Just calm down.
I'm waiting for Rob to take his headphones. Oh, they're wireless. He can hear us the whole time.
No,
Damn it.
I'm wired in.
No, he's
He's fired.
yeah,
All
he's
right.
got the
Go
wire
ahead.
on.
Go ahead.
Just
Go
all
ahead,
right,
get your
everybody.
drink, buddy. All right. He loves that fucking that other thing we had to watch, that jug band garbage, right?
Okay, so I literally am not going to be. My original plan has gone down the tubes because I realized I was going to stomp all over his childhood.
I'm back.
All right,
You're
and we're
leaving?
back.
That was so speedy,
I
Rob.
brought the can.
Ryan also gives a Charlie Brown Christmas 5 stars because that guy knows what's up.
He knows a thing or two about a thing or two.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I see it
Beechwood
now.
Mocha Machine.
Machine.
Jesse has switched to something Asian. Saigon Export.
Saigon.
Jesse's doing that Asian beers.
I'm going to continue to work this garbage
It's
eggnog.
called
This is
free
like the
shit.
worst eggnog I've ever had.
Oh.
It's called what, Jesse?
It's called free shit. It's an old industry trick. When they allow you drinks per night, you just fucking take that shit home
It's not
instead
a bad
of drinking
idea.
it there.
Not a bad idea at all.
You guys ready to do another gift exchange?
Huh?
Yes.
We're 40 minutes in. Do we have a volunteer?
Y'all can do mine whenever.
Misty, it is.
Before we start, we just got a message from Ryan saying, Misty, we met when I was in Austin. You're the fucking best.
It was Dallas, but yes. And you are also the best. I remember our whiskey cake.
Yes, we went to. So, in his defense, it was our Austin trip, so he's probably just being.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He's
I'm
labeled
so sorry.
the ADHD nerd, and so, like, I'm sure he was just ADHDing on brand, like, not thinking of the right word.
All over the place.
Yeah.
We know. Yep.
Who-
Yeah, mine. And y'all can all open at the same time.
Misty's gifts?
I'll wait for everybody else to be ready and prepared.
Oh, hey, welcome, Brendan Detzner. Brendan?
Hey, Brendan, how are you? He's probably not going to respond to that. I was very excited with that.
John Gatwood is now watching, too. He's just right on time for.
What's up, John?
I did something similar to Rob. Y'all all got similar themes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I
got
will
a
say
fuck
that
yeah.
Rob and Jesse are doing that.
Jesse, what?
Get out. Fuck.
Oh, this is good. This is so good. This is all quotes from is it all from Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah.
Nice.
This is wonderful, Misty.
This is
It is.
amazing.
No. Livius, I don't know if you're aware, but I went for the first time. Did we talk about that?
We totally did not talk about that.
Okay, I went to a Rocky Horror Picture Show viewing for the very first time this last Halloween. Got dressed, gothed out and sophisticated.
You mean more than tonight?
Bread makes you fat?
I don't care what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
How did you like it?
So, love the movie. Because I guess every theater show is different. The one that presented ours got a little too loud, and you couldn't hear the movie the whole time. And being a first viewing of the movie and the experience, I wanted to hear the movie more. That's my only complaint. So it wasn't really. I'd do it again before I really give it a full review. But
I think we should drag these two bastards to a viewing since they can't be bothered to listen to this.
If your life had a face, I would punch it.
Wait, are you talking about Rocky Horror?
Yes,
we were. Yes.
I love Rocky Horror. Yeah.
You've heard my Rocky Horror abduction story.
Mm-hmm. I have. We're trying to figure out. Misty's on the fence about it, so she needs a second viewing to.
She doesn't. You're good. You got it right. You got it right.
No. Watch it again. Definitely.
Make sure it's the most magnificent thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Don't watch the remake.
He really is.
It will just depress you.
Oh no, I probably won't. But he is. He radiates. You cannot contain the magic of every moment he's on screen. Every time. It is.
Tim Curry just fucking oozes that fucking shit in that movie.
No, it was amazing.
He's a great actor in general, but in that movie, I feel that's his truest self, actually.
Yeah,
this is you.
Astonishing.
Livius, what's on your mug?
I love it.
It is the Rocky Horror Picture Show Lips, and at the top it says Anticipation. Love it. Absolutely love it, Misty. Thank you so much.
She nailed it.
Misty did a good job. Very good job.
Yeah, Misty.
What's the website for Amazon.ca?
Are you waiting for the package you just ordered?
So that's gift number 2 down. We should probably
10 minutes of just devolving into me and Jesse doing Scott Pilgrim quotes.
I don't know. I told them earlier that I have this, which I told them was for opening packages. But this can also be used to slip my wrist if that's how this keeps going. So.
Oh man, when I worked at the grocery store, I carried one of those in my back pocket.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was like the hot item, like that and a Sharpie. If you left them laying around, someone would swipe that shit.
I was going to say I don't have a Sharpie here. I do have 2 red pens and 1 black one, but I don't have a Sharpie in arm's reach, which I usually do. But yeah.
I don't know about a red pen, but I've got some red thread in the other room there.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Misty. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, always close to my heart. Brad Majors.
Oh, you just reminded me. I have kind of a sub-present for Jesse, which is something that I bought him a long time ago and just have not given him. Should I reveal that, or should that just be like an off the... I know I'm totally ruining the entire flow of conversation.
Bring it up.
Wait, you have a present for me?
I mean, at this point, if you brought it up, you probably have to do it.
Well, it's not... I don't have it ready, so I have to kind of find it. So I'm going to put my headphones down. You guys can chat about shit for a minute. We'll see if I can find... Yeah, just continue. Please, just continue.
I don't trust it. We're not safe.
Is it the blow up mattress in a Lucite collectibles box?
We are a little early this year with our holiday episode, so it's only December 16th. But today it was an unseasonably warm, 47 degrees where Rob and I are. Misty, what is it where you're at?
65 today. It was delightful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jesse, how's Minnesota?
Weather.
Is it that warm up by you?
It's probably hoodie weather right now.
Yeah, it's probably about 40, 45 degrees today.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, it's unseasonably warm, which is really, really nice because I was reading things earlier in the year about how we're going to have the bitterest winter and however long, and it just goes to prove that weather people don't know a fucking thing. Sorry if there are any weather people watching, but you guys are full of shit a lot, all the time. That's all I'm saying.
The time.
All right, are you ready for Jesse's sub-present?
We are. Mm-hmm.
Wait, I can't see it.
Get out! No. Wrapped in plastic. That's fucking amazing.
Doesn't Livius love Twin Peaks too?
No.
Did you not listen to the View?
These two, yeah. I like Twin Peaks. I think it's interesting.
It's hard to listen to a show. Wait, it's hard to listen to a podcast about a show that you don't want to watch, and you don't.
That's the whole premise of our podcast, where we.
But I mean, we listen to podcasts about books that we haven't read.
Totally different.
Anyway, yeah, that was bought in Austin, Texas, for Jesse, and I just have not gotten a chance to send it to him. So this has been waiting for you, buddy.
That's because we're lazy motherfuckers. Like,
We've already
Dude.
sent tons of beer to each other, but we just can't get around. I can't get it up to fucking send a little pop figure.
I mean, yeah, and
this
you
portion
can
of
do
the-
recent on that, but usually it's like, yeah, I've got shit for you, and then like 8 months later, here you go.
We're spiraling.
This portion of the podcast brought to you by Roman.com for all your erectile dysfunction needs. Sorry, I just had to throw that out there. Rob, you said you couldn't get it up to send it to him, so I just thought it would be a good time to mention our sponsor for this episode,
What a bargain.
where you can easily get a consultation online where it's sent to you in discreet packaging. This commercial plays all the time on the satellite radio station I listen to.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to say what it is because it would be a lot of laughter and commentary. That being said, yeah, I could probably do it, the whole commercial, like word for word. So, all right, we are going to move into our other review for this episode and try to rein this back in. This one was also Rob's choice, or sort of Rob. I mean, I guess this one was Rob's choice. The other one I think we had kind of agreed on last year. So,
Yeah, I'm only responsible for this. Which maybe it's the worst one. I don't know.
Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. It's a 1977 TV special based on the children's book of the same name by Russell Hoban. Directed by Jim Henson, it features a cast of Muppet characters. It was produced by the Jim Henson Company and premiered on CBC television in 1977. I want to go right off the bat and say that I cannot for the life of me understand how something like this was produced when I was 5 years old, and I didn't hear about it until a goddamn week ago. I had no idea what this was. You sent it, and I was
Never
like, oh,
seen
this
this.
must be something new or recent. So I look it up, and I'm like, how is it possible that this is from my childhood,
Yeah.
and I have no
I've
idea
never
that
seen
it
it.
exists?
So, wait, am I the only person who ever saw this as a child?
No, I saw it as a child.
Okay.
But I think Livius, we've been in a similar territory before. It's kind of like how 4 years after Dr. Phibes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was made.
Yeah.
Just leaps.
Yeah. It's one of those things that I was the target demographic for this at 5 years old, I would have to imagine, right? Like, so I don't know if they didn't do a good job with it on television or if it only aired, sporadically, or maybe the title was not enough for me to go, or for my parents to say, oh, this is probably like a kid's thing. Like, we should, see if he wants to watch it or whatever. But it was weird that it took till 2018 to hear about something that I was the target demographic for.
Did you know what a jug band was?
No.
And knowing your musical preferences, I would say this is not marketed. You are not the target audience of this show.
Not at all.
Well, okay, but how many 8-year-olds know what a jug band is?
That's why I knew what a jug band was. I did.
Well, there you go. Gotcha.
There should have been more leather.
So, I kind of like Rob. I don't know that I'm going to go into like a plot, thing, but God damn it, this was more depressing than Charlie Brown.
Oh my God, thank you. Oh no. So I watched Charlie Brown first and I was like, oh, this is, sad. Then I turned this on today.
You're like, oh, it's about a jug band. It's going to be fun and stuff.
Oh, it was so depressing. Oh my goodness, it
And
shattered me.
To be clear, it's depressing the whole time. It's not like it's depressing at the beginning.
And
then
it's
it
longer
gets
than
better.
Charlie Brown, too.
Yeah, it's an hour long.
I mean, all right, there's a little bit of heartwarming stuff towards the end, but for anybody who hasn't seen this, these are anthropomorphized forest creatures is the only thing. I mean, but right, like they're like
River animals.
river animals.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's call them river animals.
so you've got, like, my note says poor ass critters living the rough life. That's like my second note after I've never heard of this before.
Oh shit, you took notes? I'm so glad.
So you should pitch that to HBO.
Yeah, Emmett and his mama are they're paddling down the river, and Emmett's mother's job is to wash people's clothes.
Can we pause?
Sure.
Can we talk about, like, because it's all puppetry, and, like, the fact that, like, he was actually working the
Yes.
fucking oars
Yeah.
on actual water, like that looked fucking great.
I think Rob is setting
yelling at him
himself
to pick
up
up those
to sell
oars.
this on a technical basis.
I'm going to find positives wherever I can because I know where this is headed.
No.
So it turns out that Emmett's father's been dead for some time, and that they're making money by washing clothes. It's their only source of revenue. I mean, Emmett gets some odd jobs like fixing, at one point in the episode, he's kind of partnered with a guy to mend a fence for somebody for 50 cents that they're going to split after doing it.
We got to talk about that.
But we continuously hear these depressing things where Emmett's mom's like, well, I've sold off everything I can sell off. I don't know what else we have that we can sell, Emmett. But they're like pretty happy, like living their life and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely super depressing.
Yeah, super depressing. And like the first customer they're delivering laundry to is like a total bitch. She's like
Gretchen Fox.
Yeah,
is a fucking bitch. Yeah. Yeah.
She's a real bitch about it, and she doesn't. And Ma Otter is like, oh, it's a couple days before Christmas, and I've got the bill. And that Fox bitch just walks away after complaining about the laundry, and it's like. All right, well, and that sets the tone. It's like the Otters, nothing's working for the Otters. And like that moment, that first interaction with another character besides Ma or Emmett sets the tone for like nobody gives a shit about these fucking poor Otters.
No. They do go into town at one point and run into, I don't know, like...
the riffraff?
A gang, right? Yeah.
The nightmare.
Yeah.
The nightmare.
Did you guys
called
notice?
Like the River Bottom Boys or River Bottom Gang or something like that?
Nightmare, yeah.
You gotta wonder, did the Coen brothers had to have fucking seen this, right? Soggy Bottom Boys,
Soggy
man.
Bottom Boys, yeah.
50% chance based on this podcast on if they saw it or not. Did you guys notice that looked like Kermit strung out on meth?
It totally
the broad
looked like
that was with
Kermit.
him. Yeah.
Oh, wait, the one that was in the water?
It did have Jim Henson's puppetry though in it. Like it was credited.
Oh, well, yeah, it's the Muppets. But I'm saying, I mean, that was literally like they're like, do you got an old Kermit laying around that we can make look strung the fuck out? Because that's what we need in this group of guys.
It's like the original Kermit prototype, kind of like how the original Minnie and Mickey Mouse from Disneyland are just super terrifying. I don't know if you've ever seen pictures.
Or like the Simpsons
exactly
on the Tracy Ullman show. Looks different than anyway. That was a deep cut. Do you guys even know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Right. We're all old enough for that.
I was a little concerned. So why there were ducks, and the ducks were not
They were
anthropomorphized.
Wood ducks.
They were just ducks. Do we know why the ducks? Yeah, but why do the ducks not get all the human characteristics? Like, why can't they struggle through life like the otters do?
Because they're foul.
They are.
I think Jesse just made a joke, y'all.
Jesse just made me break the like cardinal rule of podcasting, which is you do not clap near your microphone. And I just had to do that because of Jesse. They are foul. I will say that there was also an owl at one point that was not a puppet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about the owl.
And I was wondering if it was the owl from the original Clash of the Titans movie. Does anybody know what I'm talking about there with the...
That owl was mechanical, though, like full-on mechanical. Like, yeah, this one was they tried to make it look like an owl.
Steampunk, yeah.
I missed the thing there. I know he was in the garage getting his. What was he doing? He was in the garage where his father used to work, getting tools or something when he saw that owl, and I felt like I missed something there. Was that supposed to be representative of his father watching over him or something?
No, it was a scene transition. There was nothing significant about it. So
the owls are not what they seem.
It could have been a Twin Peaks reference too, like 20 years before Twin Peaks. But then, so like that first, we haven't even gotten to the plot yet. And the plot is, well, the plot, like the buildup is we're fucking poor and we can't afford life. Like at one point there was this weird, like she had sewn some socks and homeboy sitting outside the Fox house was like, I want to talk about the guy that's like, I'm fishing. What are you doing? Because we'll get back to that. But like this other dude who's like also fishing because they all live on a river. And he's like, hey, you got anything to barter? And she's like, well, I made these socks. And he's like, I got pumpkins. And so they switch. And then she's like, I'm going to make some pumpkin pies. And he's like, what are you going to buy with Emmett's like, what are you going to buy with the pumpkin pies? She's like, oh, I can buy more material to make socks. And it's like, why don't you just fucking just not do any of that? Because you're just back to making the socks you just fucking traded for the pumpkins.
Okay, leading into the plot, we got to talk about that because there's the whole barter. there's the barter issue you're talking about. My problem is, okay, the prize for the fucking talent show is $50. There's
$50.
There's a
We didn't even
guitar.
get to the talent show yet, but go on.
There's a guitar that costs $40, and dude fixing a fence gets 50 cents. The fuck?
That's the life
Sounds-
that they're in, though. Like you gotta mend a lot of fences to afford that guitar. I think is what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the 50 cents for mending the fence was like the baseline for us to understand that $50 is a lot. So back in the 70s, $50 was still a good chunk, but that was not a week's pay for somebody making a halfway decent job. So I think that was their way of saying this is worth 100 times more than mending a fence. It's a lot of money. Is it 100 times more? It's 100 times more. So, give or take, math, magic, whatever.
Math is hard.
Más o menos. I've drank enough
So,
to talking about
Emmett and his mother Alice, because I have notes, both want to enter the talent show.
Otter's got a first name.
Yeah, Alice.
All right.
They both want to enter the show because they want to buy something for the other one. So Emmett's mom, Alice, wants to buy him that guitar. And he gets, I don't know, some people ask him to join a band with them. And they would split the $50 four ways.
The titular
So the
band.
Yes. The $12.50 that he would win if he won this talent show would go towards a down payment on a piano for his mother.
Because before the dad died, they had a piano that she played, and now they had to sell it because dad died and had no money because he was fucking selling snake oil. Did we not?
Well, people just started oiling their snakes anymore.
Well, that's, so I thought about they first said he was a snake oil salesman. I was like, there's an actual snake in this because there's a snake in that, whatever they're called, the River Bottom Boys or whatever the hell.
Nightmare Band.
The Nightmare Band. Where did we get River Bottom Boys from?
That's
Well,
the name
it's
of the
like
gang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay. So maybe there's some other use for snake oil in it that, that wasn't properly expressed.
I mean,
oiling up the snake.
In a sense, it's a very progressive kids show. They have to throw something in there for the adults. Hence, oiling up the snake.
Gotta oil
I
up
mean-
the snake. It should have been Ma Otter selling that. That's
Let's be honest. Otter probably had to oil up some snakes on the months where she was coming up short. So,
oh no.
Oh, someone was coming up short.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's why they're not oiling up the snakes. Adam from Oshkosh, whose legs don't work, has joined the broadcast. Adam, welcome. Merry Christmas.
what's up, Adam? All right. Essentially, this is what happens. There's a talent show, which causes us to hear some variation of the same song 4 goddamn times through the last quarter of that thing, just repeatedly over and over. So, shockingly, though, I was like, who is going to win the talent show? Is it going to be Emmett or is it going to be Alice? And then we're throwing this curve, right?
Total curve.
Neither one of them.
Neither one.
Neither one of them wins the talent show. So again, more depression, more sadness. She can't wash clothes anymore because her son took the wash tub and put a hole in it because that was his part in the band, was to be the wash tub guitarist. Wash tub? What was it called?
It was like an upright
Bass.
Wash tub.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a bass.
And he can't mend fences anymore because she had to sell the toolbox to get a dress to wear in the talent show. So now they're completely down and out. That's it. Now the snake oiling has to ratchet up to a whole new level. She's gonna have to find the Nightmare Band and that strung out Kermit and see if he's got 50 cents to get his snake oiled.
Hey,
You know what this is? No, Rob, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to ask about, so the Nightmare Band plays and they win the talent contest, which I don't know if we mentioned. And I was thinking the whole time, like, this is Alice Cooper.
Dude, I just noticed that the song was really good. I like that jam.
Livius doesn't look.
I mean, it was better than the other shit, for sure.
Yeah.
This, though, is
No, it was
The
way off. Obviously,
complete
it was way off.
opposite of the Charlie Brown Christmas. Like, Charlie Brown Christmas, when you think about it, it's basically fucking socialism. And this one is like pure capitalism. Like, you know what? Fuck your dreams. You're gonna try and like better your life. We're just gonna fucking take it away from you and crush you.
I mean, he's got. So, Livius, I'm going on the Alice Cooper thing. I'm going entirely based off of that song they played in that one Wayne's World movie, where it was just very like basic lyrics, and you don't know what I'm talking about. That's my entire impression of Alice Cooper is that one fucking song he played in a Wayne's World movie.
I was muted. I think that was Feed My Frankenstein, but I haven't seen Wayne's World.
Yes,
so,
yeah, definitely.
It was.
Yeah.
But it's basically like someone explaining the weird shit they do, and that's exactly what happens with this weird like nightmare band. They just tell you why they're the nightmare band.
While we're on songs, did anybody listen to the lyrics of the very first song? The bathing suit that Grandma wore?
Grandma's bathing suit that was so big that they made like everything they fucking own out of her bathing suit. Yeah.
There was some old school 40-year-old fat shaming happening there. Like her bathing suit was so big, like we made a tent and trousers for everyone in the town. I mean, it was
a Yo Mama joke.
It was totally a Yo Mama joke. So this is capped off. I guess I hate them spoiling this for anybody. But essentially they don't win. But Alice decides, she's telling her son what a great job his band did, and she thinks that a mashup of both of their songs would be great. So we've heard her song, we heard their song, we hear a Riverbank mashup of their song, and then we hear the same song again after the town rich guy hires them to play at the bar every night or whatever it is that he owns.
The Bullfrog dude, right?
Yeah. So
you knew that was coming too, because at the very beginning of the fucking movie, he's like, those are the two nicest people in town, like for no reason at all. So
this was 48 fucking minutes long, which was about 38 minutes longer than it should have been. But guys, I just found out that on November 2nd of this year, it's very timely, the soundtrack's now available on CD. Shocking, it's on CD. The soundtrack is now available on CD. So if you want to, Rob, if you want to drive to work listening to the bathing suit that Grandma wore, you can do that.
Is it on 8-track?
I don't think my car has a CD player now that I think of it. I don't think that there's a place to put a CD in my car.
I'm sure you can find it on iTunes.
Yeah,
there you go.
Look at that.
So, other thoughts on this? Anybody?
I had some kind of general overall thoughts. I'm going to say one thing. Like, I saw this as a child. And to me, as a child, I don't remember, like, the crushing fucking, like, poverty theme that we see in this. I just thought it was, like, a family who wants to do nice things for each other is kind of what I remembered. But, like, overall, can we just go ahead and say the Otters are supposed to be black people?
Yeah,
I didn't get that, but Misty,
I did not get that. Like, straight up, I don't even want to pretend that it was even a thought. I knew they were super poor. I did not get a race element.
That's fine. You don't have to explore that. That was just my general impression. Also, like, this is a very Southern themed puppet movie.
Yes.
So, like,
I'll give you that.
Not like Misty Southern, but like Southern.
It's like Kentucky Southern. Yeah,
Kentucky,
for sure. Yep.
Mississippi, Alabama. Like, yeah. Singing about Mama's barbecue and shit like that. Like, there was a song called Barbecue. Of course, it's a very Southern thing. But it's a Southern, poor people living on a river. And that's why it's not Misty Southern, because I don't know if there's rivers in Texas. But like Mississippi, like, like that.
There's one at least.
Is there a river? What?
The Rio Grande.
Yeah, there's rivers. It's okay.
Wait, the one
not
that
like the
separates Texas from Mexico?
And anyway, let's continue. There's not like the Mississippi here now.
It's like the
there's
one place
creeks.
where like
they have a lot of creeks.
That's the one place where it's like everything's bigger and Texas doesn't apply as rivers. Very Southern. I think the Otters were implied to be like the black people of town, but like that was just maybe me reading some race into the situation.
I don't think you're reading into that at all.
So was the frog white?
Oh yeah, the frog was super white.
Wait, the Rich Frog at the end or the Kermit knockoff? Because they both could have been white, as far as I'm concerned.
The Rich Frog with like the fucking monocle and the cane or whatever. Who was a toad, I guess. He was a toad. Yeah. He was white. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to throw that out there. So, Emmett Otter's Jug Band, Christmas. Let's start with, we're going to do Missy's wrap up first, then we're going to go to Jesse, then we're going to go to Livius, and then it's going to end on me.
Pressure. I did find it extremely depressing at the very beginning and throughout. However, and it could just be the fragile state I'm currently in, by the end of it, it was heartwarming. There were enough things that I felt my heart growing like the Grinch, and I did not hate it because it made me feel love and hope and things of that nature in a real way. Like, I'm kind of being facetious, but also it is heartwarming if you give it a chance. I am not a huge fan of any sort of musical, and there were a lot of songs. It's not something that I would want to watch again, except that I would let my kid watch it. It instills good values. It teaches things. I enjoy the message of it. And so in light of that, I'll give it 5 stars, especially since it's from Rob's childhood.
Wow, I'm very surprised by that. And awesome. Jesse, what do you got to say?
Kid stuff.
Damn, all right. Am I going to be the Rob or the Livius in this situation? I can't tell.
Oh, no.
I appreciate the positivity, definitely, with the family. Like, looking for that rainbow, never a bad thing. Goddamn, I'm giving it 1 star.
Holy
Misty, who has never heard of this before, like 4 days ago, is super offended at this.
Because I feel like I left out the fact that I found Muppets to be terrifyingly creepy. I was never a Muppet fan. I do not like Fraggle Rock. I only liked Muppet Babies.
But you got against Fraggle Rock.
Reach for me, although as a child I know that I loved
There's
Sesame
a lot of problems with Fraggle Rock.
Anyway, I looked past these creepy things.
What about Labyrinth? Dark Crystal.
You're not helping your cause.
There's enough humans in Labyrinth. I actually used to love Labyrinth. I mean,
it's got David Bowie's cock, so, you know.
I love that it's not just him. Anyway, how dare you, Jesse?
What?
No soul. Livius, go ahead, give it a half star. I dare you.
I am going to give it something after I'm done talking about it.
Misty, you and me.
I watched this very critically again. So I think that the relationship between, although depressing, the relationship between Emmett and Alice was really good. It was a mother and son doing whatever they have to do. They love each other and they're trying to get through life. Love it.
Yep.
I like that at the end the message was good things happen to good people. Also great message. That being said, this should have been, did anybody get a count on Peanuts? 21 minutes, I think?
About.
At 21 minutes minus, the songs, there are, hold on, because we talked about the songs. I have the number of songs here on my screen. There are 2, 4, 6, there are 9 songs on here, which does not count the reprises. Reprises? I don't know how you'd say that.
It's not reprises.
So essentially, it's like 12 goddamn songs in there. So I was trying to think, as a 10-year-old, is your grandma's bikini or whatever that song is called, like, is there value there? Like, do kids learn that and run around and say, and I couldn't do it. I can't put myself into 10-year-old Livius's mind. So overall, I did not enjoy this really at all. But I am, for the good message, I'm going to give it 2.5 stars.
Oh, I'll allow it.
Wow.
I feel like that's a lot for Livius.
Wrap it up, Rob.
Here's the thing, like, first of all, it just fucking mystifies me that I'm the only person that knew about this, except for, I guess, Jesse, you knew it. Maybe they marketed it to poor people. Were you poor as a kid? Yeah, maybe that's what they did.
There you go, Misty.
Honestly, I did think about that immediately when it started.
I was like crazy poor as a kid. So maybe
not only being poor, but there's the whole thing about cable actually entered those. No, seriously, cable entered those markets first. In fact, MTV entered not major markets when it started off. It like MTV went to fucking like Middle America and like fucking redneck towns because cable companies were offering these promotions. So yeah, it was really weird that the main entertainment hit the major spots where it was like the poorest people, but with the most mass populations before it hit major markets. Like in New York had MTV from the get-go, but they fucking ignored it. They didn't give a shit about it. But then it went to, Alabama and Florida and, Utah and Minnesota and Illinois and all these other places. It's like that like changed the landscape of the music industry.
This is the weirdest wrap-up I've ever given.
I was going to say, how did we go from Emmett Otter's Jug Band to
Jesse, oh my God.
I'm just trying to get away from the Jug Band aspect.
Across the nation and cable television.
Shit. All right, before I continue my wrap-up, I want to welcome Roy, Eli, and Jennifer have all joined and are watching. So welcome. We are wrapping up. We just spent a lot of time talking about Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. So if you haven't seen that, that's a whole nightmare you can experience on your own. Here's my wrap-up. As a kid, I thought it was charming. I thought it was something that was like, oh, this is like a feel-good, like Family Matters kind of situation. Not like Family Matters, a TV show. There was a TV show called Family Matters, right? But like family, you care about your family, you take care of each other.
There's no pill addiction in this, let's be honest.
Right, exactly. This was something to me that kind of mirrored a lot of like the things that I went through. Like as a kid, the things that were important to me were my mother, my brother, things like that. That was like the thing that mattered most. And so like it mirrored. I didn't realize it was because like I was as poor as these fucking poor otters. Like I didn't know then. So watching it now is like, oh, maybe that's just what poor people go through. But anyway, it's so different for me watching this now than when I was a kid, because it's like, ooh, this is so cringeworthy in so many ways, and it's strange. So I think for me, I gained an entirely different value watching this now than I did when I watched it when I was a child. But at the same time, it has like such a great message, and I'm very much with Misty. Like, this is a very feel-good. Money doesn't matter. What matters is what you care about and what you do with it. That type of message. And so, for those reasons, 5. Doing 5 stars on this one. 5. Jesse hates it.
I don't know if Jesse and I have ever been on the same page on anything.
This
is weird.
I am shocked.
Weird.
That
very weird.
The Emmett Otter is the thing that brought them together. Olivia and Jesse. Of all the things.
Hating.
I mean, other things
Emmett
that brought
Otter.
us together. Or we've got similar taste in movies. Like at least 70 to 80% of the time we agree on certain ones, and we got a lot of bands in common. We like a lot of the same music.
We could talk about Kip Winger for like an hour.
We could deconstruct that shit.
But we're not going to.
Or we could do a gift exchange.
Kip Winger.
That already happened. I don't want to hear a knock on Rob's door again, so let's just...
Kip Winger has issued a restraining order against the podcast, and he says 17 is legal in most states. That's what he had to say on that one.
Hey, let's get him and a 17-year-old on our next episode.
Can I?
Do you know a lot of those?
Can
I know neither of those.
Can I volunteer to have my gift opened next? So we're going to do Rob and Misty are going to open theirs at the same time.
Okay.
And then, Jesse, there's going to be a photo displayed on my screen of your gift.
Oh, I'm the only one who didn't get it?
Yes. Well, because you got something very different from them.
Okay, gotcha.
Rob, yours is not gift wrapped. Misty's, yours should be.
Oh, crap.
Livius did the thing he hates the most, which is he did something different for Jesse than the two of us, apparently.
Yes.
Here we go. Holy shit.
Wait. Ha-ha!
What the hell? I got some pop. It's pop heavy. It's top heavy.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh my gosh! Wait a minute.
Al Powell.
Yes. This is way too much.
Uh-oh.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Can you see them?
Holy shit. Oh, wow.
I've got
So Misty last year got 2 Westworld pop vinyls I was trying to add to her collection. So those are 3 that you don't have, I think, unless you've been buying them on your own.
No, I don't have them.
Rob, last year we got into a discussion on if Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not. So this is my subtle acknowledgement that maybe Rob is right.
it. Absolutely is a Christmas movie.
Just like
Nobody
Lethal
asked me.
Weapon.
Holy shit. Here it is.
No
Oh,
fucking way.
That's marvelous.
So that's to add to your guys' pop vinyl collections. Jesse, I did not go the same route with you. I almost did. And then you would have had. The reason, Rob, yours weren't gift wrapped is because those 3 had to be bought individually. Misty's was sold as a set, and I really didn't want to pay Amazon $15 to gift wrap those. Like, I was okay with like Misty's was like $5 because it was one package. But when I tried to do it for Rob's, I was like, what do you mean it's like $5 each? So I was like, all right, I'm not paying an extra $15 for gift wrapping. So I'm going to try to share my screen here. So that I can show Jesse. So Jesse, yours is different. Actually, Linda had a lot of input on this. She actually saw this and suggested she was concerned about my ability to get gifts out on time, so she was shopping for you guys.
What?
So you were getting.
I did see that she was like finished with Christmas shopping like weeks ago. Very on top
you
of
are
that.
going to be getting. I'm going to try to get everything out of the way here. Share screen. A 24 by 36 poster that looks a lot like this. Are you guys seeing it?
Oh,
Whoa.
So I know you're in a new place, and I know last year I said I didn't want to dirty up people's wall decor except for Rob, but now I'm going to try
That's
to dirty
amazing.
up your wall decor there. Yeah,
I think I know every fucking thing on that poster.
I was wondering because I'm pretty close. There are a couple I
dude,
was
Cabin in the Woods is over there. Look at that.
Yeah. Yep. And
It's flanked by Cabin in Amityville.
we were talking about
that's smart.
about
That's smart.
childhood stuff. That woman in the middle there in the front, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Had a crush on her since I was like probably 10 years old or whenever she hit TV. So,
Dude,
there you go.
Elvira's like one of the original queens. Fuck yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
She's amazing.
That's
So
really cool.
there you go, guys. Merry Christmas to all 3 of you.
Thanks,
Try
Livius.
to figure out how to stop sharing my screen now. There we go. Stop sharing. There we go.
Hey, your handsome face is back.
All I see is blue.
He's back.
I'm back.
He's back.
Oh.
Livius is back.
I don't see you guys.
All right, Jesse and his fucking.
We can't do this without one glitch, but what's the next holiday episode after this? Because I will have a brand fucking spanking new writing machine thanks to Rob, so I shouldn't have any technical difficulties.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Your computer.
Very nice, Jesse. Congratulations.
He has not
Thank you.
received it yet.
And
Dell Inspiron Windows 7.
It's one of those e-machines, like 349.
Nice. I
Bought it
used
in
to have
Circuit
one of those.
City.
That was pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's got like this weird little like plasticky vinyl flip out like kind of it's like a picture frame thing where you can like tilt it and prop it up on a desk type
Wait,
thing.
is she just going to get a new drink and we didn't even
She
fucking
is.
take a break?
Shit, yeah. Do you guys want to take a break and get a new drink? I'm good.
Yeah.
I still have my lunch bag with eggnog in it, in case anybody didn't see it the first
Hey,
time.
is it
This is
starting
what's
to taste
keeping
any
my
better?
eggnog cold. A little bit. A little bit.
Jesse, are you getting a new drink?
I'm trying to figure out how to get your pretty faces back on my screen actually.
All right, I'll be back.
So just so you know, Jesse, everything you're being displayed, like you're showing up fine on Facebook. I have Facebook running on my phone just to keep an eye on it. So everything looks good here.
Oh, that's a good tactic.
Yeah. So I just keep an eye on it and see if anybody comments or joins or whatever. So
Right.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Next year, Jesse, I think you and I are in charge of picking movies again.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. We'll watch the what was it called? Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yes.
The original, like, rated X horror movie.
It totally was, yeah. And
It was NC-17,
Well,
right? Isn't that what they invented NC-17 for?
Hi, Dan.
No,
Guys,
NC-17 was invented for. Fuck, I should know this up like the top of my head. No, this like way predated NC-17, so that was issued an X rating.
It was interesting. Hi, Diana.
Diana, just so you know, this was part of the show tonight. Diana's the one that sent me this. Diana and JR. I always have to like figure out how we're gonna reference him. JR.
Hey, Josh just jumped back on. Hey, Josh, can you do me a favor and send me, private message me your mailing address, please?
Ooh, good call. Good call.
I got it covered.
Look at you.
I'm all over this. Yep.
Up next, in the beer, Jesse.
Yeah.
You?
I can't. I'm sorry, Rob. I can't see anything that you guys are doing right now.
Straight jacket.
Do you? So Jesse, if you want, I don't know, and I'll let Rob answer this. Can he jump out and you can add him back in, and everything will be okay with what we're using, so he can get us back up on screen?
I have no idea.
So we can try that, because I can imagine for him it's a little frustrating to just be looking at blue
All right,
boxes.
Jesse, end your call and I'll add you back in.
Okay.
And then
Rob, while we're waiting for Jesse to come back on, do you ever drink the same beer, like 2 beers in a row of the same?
No.
It seems like every time. Okay, I was just curious if.
No, I don't. I could. I guess I could, but it's.
I mean, I imagine your average beer drinker, right? Like buys a 12-pack of.
There you go.
There we go.
We're back.
Buys a 12-pack of Coors Light or whatever, and just drinks Coors Light all night, right? I mean, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Did you say below average drinker?
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Jesse, do you ever drink the same beer twice in a row, or do you switch in between bottles or cans all the time?
Oh, I absolutely drink the same twice in a row. Like, I get pretty consistent, but I mean, you haven't lived until you've like had a fucking warm special export keg pour at 10 in the morning.
I mean,
Can't argue with that.
Just saying.
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna
One
just
of
go
them,
ahead and
if that's the criteria. Jesus.
Oh, I totally. Yeah, I drink the same shit all the fucking time.
All right, I want to interrupt just to say there was a couple of comments. Diana says, "Sorry, she was cooking dinner, so we were. She's on the West Coast, so we started at 5:00 for her. So yeah." Adam from Oshkosh says that his daughter has the same snowflake projector shining on her wall right now. So that's
Adam, it sounds like she's ready for her own podcast, buddy.
yeah. She could be Flip. We're going to Skype her in. She'll be the 5th person on the call, and we can ask her what she thinks about Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. And Linda says good night, Merry Christmas. So good night, Linda. We love you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Definitely.
Good night. Some more than others. I love you.
I hope that you mean you're the more, and we're the others.
Yes. I'm sorry. I thought you were reading a comment. Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Bye, Linda.
All right, so we've tackled our watching homework. We talked about Charlie Brown. We talked about Emmett Otter. I introduced Emmett Otter to 2 of you to mixed results.
Thanks, buddy.
What else? I don't know what else we have to do. We have one more gift, but do we have any other stuff to talk about? Oh, we were like on the precipice of talking about what the next holiday was going to be. I just wanted to.
So
say
we can do that. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to let you guys decide on that one.
Well, we can't do New Year's because A, it's like next week, and B, that's when Livius and I do the. I'm off. I know. Just fucking calm down.
I got an idea.
We do the year in review, so we can't do that. Are you going to say MLK Day? Because I feel like that's going to be pretty racially motivated. If that's
I wasn't going to say that. I want to hear what Misty has to say first before I throw my idea out there.
I had 0 ideas.
Oh, I thought you raised your hand because you're like, I got an idea too.
She was backing away from whatever she was saying.
She was saluting the Fuhrer again, I think.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't know.
I feel like we've hit pretty much the holidays, so we have to like get creative. My idea is the Ides of March.
the fuck is that?
Oh, Misty.
OMG.
Them
The Ides of
backstabbing
March
motherfuckers.
is when Augustus Caesar was stabbed in the back by his people. Made famous by Shakespeare, right? The Ides of March is from the Shakespeare.
That sounds
You too,
right,
Brutus.
I think we found our Caesar.
right up our alley. Wait, who's this? Is that me?
Oh, don't do that.
All right.
She's from Texas. They
We're going to leave that. We're probably going to leave that open. The Ides of March would be after Valentine's Day, which we did do a Valentine's Day episode last year.
Yeah, we're definitely not doing that this year.
We could.
We could do an anti-Valentine's Day episode.
I see Misty. Misty's in a different mindset this year than.
We could do an anti-Valentine's
I don't
Day.
think I don't think we found a reason to watch Martyrs yet.
Hold on. That's like the
Martyrs!
That's like the 8 bullshit kids from high school who were like, we're doing an anti-prom. And then they just fucking hung around, got high at someone's house because they were a bunch of idiots. Fuck that.
First of all, that's cool. Second of all,
That's never
Don't
been
knock
cool.
anti-prom,
No, it's never,
ever.
No. Anti-prom is the dumbest idea ever.
second
Okay.
of all, I
All right.
feel like watching Martyrs is a good idea.
Rob has probably not seen Martyrs. He might be the only
work-
one
I
on
don't
this
even know what
podcast.
Let's
Martyrs
work
is.
that in.
I don't know what Martyrs is.
So here's what I was thinking.
That
This
would
just
actually
came
fit
to
in
me.
with Ides of March too, wouldn't it?
I almost wanted to say, can we fit it in with Ides of March, since I don't know what it is.
Well, there is kind of some backstabbing in that movie, right?
There's a
literally.
lot
Yeah.
in that movie.
Yeah.
Can we? And I'm open to continuing this discussion, but it just occurred to me that if we don't have a prom episode this year, I'm going to be really fucking disappointed.
Ooh!
Carrie.
Ooh! Can we want... No,
Prom night.
Jesse, the, what is the Australian movie with the crazy girl?
The
that
Loved
kidnapped-
Ones. That movie is
That!
fucking amazing. I love
Thank
that
you.
movie so much.
That's what we're doing for prom. We're
Yes.
Rob, apparently we've lost
Ugh.
all decision-making skills in this. All I was thinking was that a
doing it. So
prom
excited.
That movie
Prom
is so
themed.
fucking good.
So good.
holiday. Oh my god, Rob, do you not have control over muting these people? Is this not in your on your panel thing?
I
Like,
don't
you're...
know what's going on right now.
all right. Here's what I'm thinking. So let's definitely do prom in June, and that'll be a prom themed episode. We'll decide on what we're watching, but I'll encourage everybody to either bring.
I'll fucking wear a tux for the prom episode.
I
I
am
was gonna
so
say-
wearing a tux. I'm wearing a tux.
Obviously,
So-
I'll have another tiara.
Misty, can you wear a tux too, please, just so they'll be happy? Can we do?
Dude, are you serious?
Or I'm wearing a prom dress.
I'm wearing
two.
top. Happening. Have you seen A Simple Favor?
If Missy's wearing a tux, I'm wearing a prom dress. This is
I
what
have not
happening.
seen. I have not seen whatever you're talking about.
Okay, you'll know.
Jesse, I'm not
Adam?
shaving your chest.
Adam, longtime friend of the show, says, I'd love it if you three had smoke machines, and every time Livius vapes out, smoke blows through each box. Apparently, the smoke getting cut off in my box is not working for Adam, whose legs don't work. So,
has-
guys, get on it.
No, we haven't hit that Patreon level yet. We haven't hit the multiple smoke machine Patreon level where we can make that happen. So, Adam, you're not giving us enough money on a monthly basis.
that.
Just wait. Everything you see back here, come the prom episode, you're gonna see fucking mirror ball lights swirling. You're gonna see like stars hanging from the ceiling and shit. I'm gonna fucking deck this up.
So
Diana
excited
says
about
Misty is porn queen. My vote is. Oh wait, that says prom. Never mind.
She's probably going to get that vote,
this. You know
too.
what?
Let's be
In
honest.
2019, it could go either way.
Side
you go.
hustle.
So we'll see. We'll see what
Main
June
hustle.
brings. We might have to have a different episode in like November.
We're going to have a whole conversation about
Books
bleaching.
does a jailbreak.
So I'm okay with the Ides of March. I love the prom idea, not just because it's mine. I think that would be a lot of fun.
We have
We have
Is
not,
the
hey,
Ides of
hey,
March-
whoa, we haven't done a Groundhog Day yet. Are we already fucking going to the Ides of March?
Let's do Groundhog Day.
That's going to be really close to the Ides of March.
yeah.
Right,
Let's
that's what I'm
see
saying
Groundhog
instead.
Day.
Whoa,
I mean, there's only one homework thing we can do for that day.
yeah, watch
be
Groundhog
honest.
Day.
Yeah, and it's fucking amazing.
Everybody dissects one groundhog.
That
I am not dissecting an animal for this podcast.
I will.
I'd consider it. I just don't want to go alone.
That's the Texasist answer I've ever heard.
Texas is. Yes.
Livius just fucking dropped the mic on this. Jesse, you made Livius walk away.
I forgot it was my podcast and I can't leave.
Wow.
Damn it. My chair keeps rolling off my chair mat.
Are you a groundhog enthusiast, or like, what's the problem?
No.
My problem is dissecting animals.
Someone's gonna dissect him.
No, I mean Livius.
The further north you get, you stop dissecting animals. Misty had to do that as a chore, and when she was like 9, Mom was like, "Go out and run out and fetch a groundhog. We're having
cut a
soup
switch
tonight."
while you're out there.
Yeah, we're having soup tonight.
Dude,
Because you did something wrong.
when they wanted us to fucking dissect frogs in like junior high, I like took my frog and I mailed it back to the place that sent him to us.
Oh my god, you were a conscientious objector for
Oh,
frog dissection?
Jesse. Oh, Jesse. We dissected cats and fetal pigs.
Yeah, I did the fetal pig. I cut the shit out of that pig. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm not a fucking biologist.
All right. We're gonna put a pin in this for discussion. Really, what that means is me and Rob are gonna talk about this and make some decisions on what the next episode is.
I want to acknowledge some comments that have come in from Adam and Oshkosh. He wants to be a background dancer on the prom episode, and then he clarifies, not the porn episode.
Listen, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
You've got to either do both or
It's all or nothing. So
Yeah.
We have to go back to LA if we're going to film the porn episode.
Adam, submit some pictures of you dancing.
Good call,
Send them to
Jesse.
podcast@gmail.com and we'll make some decisions on that. All right, so we'll put a pin in that. I do have some facts about Christmas because
Yes.
what would it be if we didn't have some facts? So I have 10 facts. So I'm going to go through some of these. Some of these I'm going to put out there as questions and see if you guys knew them. Obviously, I think that everybody understands that December 25th is not historically when Jesus Christ may have been born. Is that correct? You guys all know that?
Jesus didn't exist, so
Thank you, Rob. Misty. Oh, oof. Man,
Whoa.
this is the same. That's the same face that Jesse gave me when I said that we have to dissect a groundhog. Holy shit!
Let's keep it moving on that one.
December 25th was originally a pagan holiday, which I'm sure Jesse knows because I'm sure he celebrates that one.
So good. So good.
But essentially, every religion co-opted,
played.
right? So what happened was there was religion, and then there was pagans, people who didn't believe in religion, but they had things like winter solstice and stuff. So essentially, if you look at every religion, they all kind of line up in the same way. There are a lot of similarities in between, and that's because it's all copied one from the other. So it's funny, and this is expanding a little bit on this, but Christians were like, damn, how can we make this more popular? Like, what if we do a celebration around the same time? And that's how we wound up with the end of December. The nativity story resulted in several wars. That's probably not a surprise to anybody, as Christians have been killing people in the name of God for a really long time.
The whole time.
And we'll continue to do so for a long time, I think. So
We're not the only ones, so they're not the only ones.
we're
Let's just move on there.
In the list of defenses.
Let's roll. Keep rolling.
Not the best.
Let's roll on. We gotta roll on.
Everybody's
anybody-
killing people in the name of God.
Does anybody have any thoughts or ideas on mistletoe and what mistletoe actually signifies?
Is it arranged marriage of some kind? They're like, put these two together.
No.
I like where your head's at, Misty.
Well, mistletoe is poisonous, so that might play into it.
I like where
The
your head's
hanging
at, Jesse.
sprig is a very ancient symbol of virility, and therefore anybody standing beneath it is signaling that he or she is sexually available.
Wow.
Misty's like, I'm gonna get one of those.
I'm under
Mistletoe.
that mistletoe.
So it's like what?
Yeah.
It's like
I
what,
need
biological
I need
gender and
to
shit?
rethink this tiara.
Fuck this tiara. I'm getting some mistletoe. Santa Claus actually originated
Mistletoe?
in a newspaper ad. That's where we got Santa Claus from. So I guess Santa really is. Oh, I hope all the kids
Yeah, it
are.
was Sears Roebuck, wasn't it?
It does not say. It was in a newspaper ad for toys and gift books in the mid 19th century.
Santa is an ad?
Hold on.
That
But I
makes so
think-
much sense.
I don't know that this is entirely accurate because I feel like it goes back to some other things. Like there's other evidences of him, like Sinterklaas is what they call him in Sweden, and then there's
Sphincter,
another.
what?
Sinterklaas. It's like their pronunciation.
Misty's been private browsing. Private browsing again.
Sphincter clause. I mean, I have to imagine that's. God damn it! Here we go.
Livius, are you going to save the world and are you going to Google search that for us with images?
Sphincter clause is a public figure on Facebook. Jesus. All right, here we go.
Oh my god!
That's the only sphincter clause is a public figure that has no posts on Facebook. So I'm gonna like the page in case, and I will have. And it's an unofficial page, by the way. This is not an official
Not blue
page.
check verified or anything.
No, it is. It's an unofficial page, which means this unofficial page was created because people on Facebook have shown interest in this place or business. Sphincter clause.
That
It's
means
not affiliated.
Facebook made it.
Hold on. It's not affiliated or endorsed by anybody associated with Sphincter clause.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, and it's based on a saint guy, Saint Nicholas. Okay, let's. I don't like. Continue. Livius.
Right.
I don't like it. I don't like
Christmas is only recently a family holiday. Christmas was originally celebrated as an adult form of trick or treat, but with the treat consisting of booze and the threatened trick consisting of bodily harm of destruction or property.
Fuck! Why haven't we been celebrating that holiday, Jesse?
We wish you a Merry Christmas was originally a threat. Is this even a legit website?
Where
What is this? Is this?
is this like?
It is kind of a threatening song when you think about it.
Tell us the website you got this information from.
Yeah.
Inc.com.
Infowars.
Infowars.com.
Yes.
No, they got shut down by like
Yes.
everybody who has common sense.
Infowars.com. Still available. Infowars.com.
Oh, sorry, their social media got shut down by everybody who has
Yes,
common sense.
all their social media got
Sorry.
shut down. This is true. So the ever-popular song was originally sung loudly and repeatedly by crowds of rowdy, lower-class servants demanding booze from their masters. Or else, i.e., we won't go until we get some.
That's my fucking motto in
Yeah.
life.
I don't like this one. The Christmas tree is a manufactured tradition. Not surprising. Christmas as a day off is a recent innovation. As late as 1850, December 25th was not a legal holiday in New England, so stores were open, businesses were open, and children were expected to attend school.
Well, yeah, they do Boxing Day over there and shit.
That's
In
Canada,
New
isn't it?
England?
That's Canada.
Yeah.
I think England does it too, don't they?
No,
I'm not sure. This
I
was
lived in
New England.
Vermont for 2 years, and they didn't do anything like that. That's New
All
England.
right. There is...
Vermont's in England?
No, New England.
Oh, New England. I'm sorry.
You said New England, right?
Did I? No, I said England.
Yeah, he said
I
across
said
the
England.
pond.
New England. New England.
Okay, I'm confused. It's my
all right.
fault.
So this is a pretty recent article. So this is an estimate on how much the 12 days of Christmas actually cost. So we'll go one by one. Ladies first, Misty. Do you have an estimated cost on what it would take to purchase the 12 days of Christmas for somebody?
No.
Dude, Price is Right rules apply on this?
Yes.
I don't even remember what they all are. That's not one of the songs I know super well. $1 million.
We have $1 million.
That's a Texas
Jesse,
answer.
closest without going over.
Purchase?
Those
He's
maids
like
of
12.
milking.
He's like, yeah, maids of milking. What can you get a milking maid for?
Since I feel like there are people involved, we gotta hit the mills, right?
You're not buying the people, you're buying their services, right?
I mean,
$14,353.01.
14,000 and something is way off. Rob.
$7,000.
All right. So Misty, who never heard the song or whatever she said, $1.3 million. $1.3 million
Fucking
to purchase.
prom queen.
Are they
That's
are they cumulative? Like on the 12th day, you have to buy again everything from 11, 10, 9, 8? Or
I
is it
don't
one
have
time
that
for each?
information. I don't know.
That's a very good question, Rob.
Yeah.
That would
That's
totally
a-
change my answer.
Yeah.
I also have another announcement. I did Google where did the word Santa Claus come from. It comes from the Dutch word Sinterklaas, which is what they call Saint Nicholas.
So can I unlike the Sphincter Claus page on Facebook now?
Please.
I just, wanted to
As immediately as possible.
let y'all know that shit is real.
So there are some facts about some slightly disputed facts by Misty, at least. Nobody else disputed any of these facts, and we have one more gift to do.
Oh, Misty, you could have opened that box.
Oh.
Come on, Misty, get your shit together. You could be living in the fucking 21st century.
Jesse, I honestly do not remember if you said to open the box
Wait,
or
was
not.
that the end of your list?
That was the end of the list.
Oh, good timing, because I was just jokingly, waving a present around,
Are we opening this?
Jesse gave us cards.
Jesse sent a
Like a fucking
card!
human being.
What?
Jesse, you're an animal, Jesse.
Of course I sent you fucking cards.
Don't do that, Jesse. You make us all seem like
I sent
terrible
Misty 2 Lords of Leaping because that's all I could afford.
Okay, next year, no cards.
Happy fucking holidays.
Oh my god.
Jesse, where do you get your cards from? You always have the best cards.
I like you.
Are you the one that sent the death has never been closer or whatever birthday card?
Yeah.
Oh no. Fucking
Aww.
Jesse, you do get the best cards.
that's a Professor Brothers reference. Brothers.
Are we opening all these at once,
Yeah,
or what's
Jesse,
happening?
Jesse, what to do.
I just want you to see this. This is awesome. I'll read it.
Holy shit, that's great.
It says, past Jesse wishes future Livius happy holidays. I'm sure future, and then it's crossed out, present Jesse wishes the same for future, crossed out, present Livius Jesse. This card is adorable, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see this.
I did not know what Rob was giving you either when I wrote that shit out.
That's fucking great.
Awesome.
Also, since y'all shared yours, let me share this card because it's also amazing.
Picture of Jesse's wiener.
Each and every snowflake is unique and tries to bury you alive. And then he wrote, but how common would it be to be buried alive by thousands or millions of things that are exactly the same?
Jesse,
Love it.
Jesse wins in effort, no matter what.
For sure. Every year.
Please, Emmett Otter.
He is our Emmett Otter.
Don't compare me to that fucking puppet.
I've got a fence that needs mending.
Oh, Jesse, should one of
I'll
us?
pay you 25 cents.
Jesse, does it matter who opens first?
You know I have installed fences before, right?
Oh my god, I already know what this is. I only saw the first part of it.
It doesn't matter who opens it first.
Dude, there's way less tape than I was expecting. I'm going to say that much.
Wait, are they all the same?
No, everyone got something different this year.
Holy shit, I got 2 things. Hang on, I got multiple things.
You guys know, I'm not even going to tell you what it is because you were both there.
I think Misty should maybe go last.
Oh. Sorry.
I will go first. In that there is a candle, which quite honestly, I use candles. It's out of reach, but I actually use candles. But this candle, candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. Oh, well, that's a very touching message. This one, I don't know if you guys can see this, so I'm going to hold it up and I'm going to talk so you guys can see it. Can someone read that out loud?
Mournfully vaping. Mournfully vaping.
Morningfully vaping. I love it, Jesse. Can I tell you about the heartwarming message included on the candle? A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle.
That's true.
So Jesse. It's our Jesse.
Very nice, Jesse. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I got a shirt. I'm having
It's a
trouble.
bomb.
It's a sexpo bomb.
Fuck
Is
yeah,
that
it is.
your... Oh my gosh,
then-
did we both do Scott Pilgrim?
That's not all, because I got
Rob got other things too.
an issue of Car and Driver, And
Nice.
hold on, because he knows what car I just got.
No.
If there's one
Chrysler
person
Power.
in the world I thought I'd never see holding a car magazine, that would be Rob.
That's the problem when they fucking go and make a car that I want that's also like a performance car. Now I have to live in that world. I never thought I would be there. Here we are. I'm wearing
Now
this.
you're gonna have to subscribe to Chrysler Power.
Yeah, I have to fucking subscribe to. I was outside in my car for like 30 minutes last night trying to update the fucking
Radio?
infotainment system. Turns out it's already updated. I'm all good, but like I was like, that's where I'm at. Like I'm texting my like car buddies saying, "Hey, can I update my own infotainment system?" And they're like, "Yeah, you can do it." Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Misty, let's see it.
So I'm going to transport you all back. I think it was the same trip, Jesse. 2015, Chicago, a local Chili's that we all went to. Does anyone remember this moment?
Cassiopeia, motherfucker.
Damn right. So that's Cassiopeia. And can you see, I don't know if you can see that pin. That pin says motherfucker.
No.
This pin right fucking here.
Oh, where were we? Mundelein?
So
Yes.
all of you
Yes.
viewers, I actually love stars. And I
Like Story
do
Star.
know, that's any of you throwback Velvet people know my handle is Story Star. But I do know how to name or look and find constellations. And we walked out of a Chili's and I
Well, you
was
know to find one of them.
at the sky and
At
I
least
said,
Cassiopeia.
"Oh, that's Cassiopeia." And these bitches were like, "Missy, shut the fuck up, you're drunk."
That's not accurate.
So
You're
I
not
had
telling
to
the
get
story
my
true.
app. I had to get. There's a stargazing app that you can get on your phone. If you
Of
point
course.
it at the sky,
Of course there
it
is.
tells you what it is. And so I got it out and I said, "Cassiopeia, motherfuckers!" in front of a Chili's where there were children outside in hearing distance, but still, Cassiopeia, motherfucker.
It's not always me saying
An
inappropriate things in front of children.
and the prom queen.
Like she's the full package, I think. Missy's
We
like,
haven't voted for prom queen yet, Misty.
This is the dating app of Missy's life. She's just trying to. What listener is gonna like latch on? Oh my god, she's prom queen and she knows stars.
Oh wait, is there going to be competition for that episode?
We're working on it.
Good
Booked
Lord.
prom. Oh my god,
All right.
we need a committee. We need someone to make stars.
Well, I mean, we have an expert.
Learn how to make origami stars.
Look at Missy. Just look at her.
Guys, Merry Christmas. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited
Yeah.
about this group of people being my Christmas people. I really am, genuinely. So you guys are the best.
You've seen the snowflakes.
Fuck yeah.
I've seen some snowflakes.
Oh, don't be
On this podcast.
all conservative about it.
Just saying, they're snowflakes.
I'm really excited to read car magazines. Like I never thought Jesse would send me, but I want to know. I'm looking. I'm
That's-
gonna look for my car.
Rob reading a car magazine is like me reading something by someone who's Scottish.
All right, so I have a
There'd
confession.
be a lot I don't understand.
That's the other holiday episode
Wow.
tradition now, isn't it?
In it, I see what you did there. I'm gonna make a confession. Like, I have started watching YouTube videos of like people reviewing cars because there was like a good 6. I know, right? It sounds so weird, but there was like a good 6 to 8 months of me trying to figure out what car do I want to buy before I bought a car.
Yeah.
And so I found a couple that I really enjoy, and now.
Look at it.
Is it better straight from the bottle?
Oh god, Livia's is drinking eggnog straight from the fucking awful bottle.
Ugh. Car videos, go on, please. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Wait, how much of that bottle have you had?
Half?
Half.
I
Oh
don't know
my
if you
god.
can see. Half? Maybe?
Is it tasting better?
No.
All right. Well, good.
You should add some tequila to it.
Yeah, or barley wine. Yeah, so I started watching a couple of like YouTube channels for car reviews, and I've really enjoyed like their style so much of how they talk about stuff that now I just watch them all the time, even though I don't care about the cars they're talking about, just because I like their presentation, if that makes sense. So I kind of backdoored myself into watching car videos that I don't care about. Like, I don't care about a $3 million Bugatti, but I still watch that 20-minute video because I like the way the guy talks about cars.
I can understand that. I mean, I watch those. I totally get sucked into those fucking like makeup videos where someone transforms their face into like some like fantastical shit. You know, like that shit's fascinating.
That's the okay.
Misty's like, I do that shit every morning, motherfuckers. It ain't that spectacular.
No.
Yeah, she could
that shit. Like,
she could
you know the
face
shit
on you.
where you make it look like your mouth is completely unhinged and shit.
Yeah, I know. He's
Just with makeup.
Misty makes it look like her mouth is not unhinged every morning with makeup. She does the exact opposite of those tutorials.
She covers unhinging. Yeah.
You can't actually touch my face or you smear.
You cut yourself on a tooth. So
that's frighteningly accurate.
who else has anything holiday related before we go? I mean, we're almost at the 2-hour mark, so.
Yeah, I feel like we did our due diligence here. We did a good job.
Yeah.
Livius, before we started, was like, you think we got an hour in this? And I was like, yeah, we got an hour in this. So
We did good this year.
yeah, it was very good.
Misty's like, pardon?
Like, oh, Jesse, we'll have an after party.
We're going to have an after party, which is
There
going
were
to
some
commence
years.
momentarily. Thank you to all the viewers that stopped by, watched, and or commented. Even if you didn't comment, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
If you're listening on the podcast, boy, did you fucking miss out. Livius was looking good this episode, so
Yeah,
you guys
Livius-
totally missed out.
Livius was looking good this episode.
Yeah. So a little bit of that. There was a lot of vaping that happened that you didn't see. The uniform book shirts, all on display. Thank you to Cindy, who not only produced these shirts but produced my co-host Rob. Nice job.
Yeah, she
Both
not only made
counts.
the shirts, she made me.
Both counts. Two of my favorite things: the shirt and Rob. Thank you to my permanent co-hosts Jesse and Misty, who brought it. Misty, your reviews have moved up. Like even your reviews of these TV shows, like you're just getting better and better. Eventually, we're going to kick you off of this so you can have your own podcast where you review things.
Well, all right, so I want to say this. Like the thing that people don't realize is that like Misty's at the point now where like if she was like, you know what, I really want to make my own podcast, she's ready to go.
Yeah.
That's true.
Same thing with Jesse. I don't think Jesse would ever say that, but if he did, he's ready to go.
Fucking no, I'm not.
So we'll keep working on it. We're going to be back in February or March. I think we can commit to one of those 2 months. Maybe even if we can't commit to what that episode will be, there will definitely be a book prom 2019.
Oh my God.
I have been ready for this prom for 29 years since my last one.
Hey.
Because I feel like I could have done a little better.
Did everybody go to a prom?
Yeah.
Jesse?
No, I didn't go to prom.
Jesse, this is your first chance to go to prom.
Olivia,
this
did
is
you go to
very
prom?
exciting. Yes, I did. I actually went to 2 proms and a junior prom, so I guess 3 if you count junior
Jesse,
proms.
me and you, we're together. I've never been to a prom.
All right.
Oh, Misty. Looks like we have our prom king and queen already. So, all right. Anyway,
Yeah.
Me and
Rob
Jesse.
and I.
Yeah,
we
exactly. We might be the sleeper.
We promise. Diana says we're all stinking adorable. I agree, Diana. You're not so bad
On both
yourself.
accounts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Diana's the best.
Yeah.
I want to.
Diana
All right.
is the
There's a
best.
I want
glass
to acknowledge of the people. So Diana and Josh have been 2 of the most frequent and consistent and loyal attendees of our live events like this, and so you guys are the absolute best. We love you, and we would basically have 0 viewers without you. So thank you so much, and Merry Christmas. We love you.
We do. And I love you guys. And with that, we are going to end this Office Party 2018. Until next time, I'm Livius Nedden.
And I'm Rob Olson. Keep reading.